I stopped worrying about like what's normal. Like, do most girls, you know, rub this way or lean this way or like make these faces or say this, or I stopped worrying about that and like just started focusing on like what felt good to me in the moment. And in return, people are like, holy shit, that's hot. Because like, to be honest, the more you're into it yourself, and I not mean faking into it, I mean genuinely, like genuinely into it, the hotter you will feel and the more confident I think you'll portray yourself.
It always goes in that order. I like that you say that you do it for yourself. Yay!
Welcome back to Straight Candid Podcast
with Syd
and Soph, where we take pride in normalizing taboo conversations, saying the wrong thing, drinking too much caffeine, and talking too fast.
Here at Straight Candid, we live unfiltered. No edits, deletes, or drag and drops. Just two Minneapolis girls who hit record and keep it candid. Let's get into it. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Syd and Soph. Welcome back. It's November 1st. Wait, why do I do that? Why do I always say the date when it's not actually the date you're going to be listening?
Oh, yeah.
What's wrong with me?
We can't be doing that anymore.
I got called out for that. I'm like, what the heck? I'm sorry.
Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday, y'all. What we doing? What's the 411?
What's the 411? What's the catch? I will say the catch today. Before we really get into the episode, we'll give you guys a little overview. We're going to talk about hookup culture in college because we've all been there or you're there right now. And we're also going to talk about sexual confidence.
Yes. And it's men, female, whoever the heck you are. It doesn't matter. You got to have confidence. Got to know how to have confidence. Got to love yourself, man.
Yes, and before we get into the juice and the Straight Candid moments of the week, if you haven't, please head over to Apple Podcasts and leave us a review.
Please and thank you.
5
really
stars. It takes 10 seconds, maybe a minute and a half, but same difference. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
You doing all the things you got to do? All right, then we'll get into it. I have to say, what was the best costume you saw this weekend?
On Instagram or in person?
Doesn't matter. Okay. I have two.
Okay, so the party I went to, there was a couple costume, and the girl made it herself, which is why I thought it was cool. So she was a piñata, but it was like a tight dress, and she had made little like, what's the word?
Like tassels
popping out.
Oh, that's
and she had a little like party hat on, and her boyfriend had a black shirt on and a baseball bat. Oh, and it said I'd hit that.
Oh, that's okay. Like, that's freaking
that's
funny.
Cute. Yeah, that's cute. I really like that one.
Creativity.
Okay,
here.
What about you?
I saw TJ Oshie. This is random, but I follow his wife. Lauren Oshie, and they were the mom from Mean Girls. You know, the mom that comes in. She's like, "You guys need anything? Vodka, water? What do you guys keep me young? Condoms? You got like anything like that?" And she was the house bunny girl or whatever.
Oh
but
my God,
he was the mom, and he was in like a juicy sweatsuit and a wig.
The mom?
Yes, that's why it was funny.
That is
a
the
little
best.
martini he was carrying. He's like, "God, you guys keep me young." And they had like carried a martini thing. I thought that was hilarious.
If you drink, I'd rather have you do it in the house.
I know, yeah. But oh my God, no, honey, there would never be alcohol in there.
Yeah.
But if you do,
I
rather do drink in the
that.
house. There were some pretty good ones. I would say Jordan and my effort was like a out of 10. I would say we gave it a 6. Okay. So, and for me, someone who is an Aries, someone who is very, very, very aggressive and wants to win, I wasn't happy about that. Yeah. Jordan and I had a little conversation after. We said, hey, next year, we're upping our game. That's not cool. We're not doing that again.
That's kind of honestly why I think I copped out and just did like the dad costume with the hairy chest, because I was like, I don't know if I can compete. So I'm just going to make it funny. And like, you know, if I make it like funny in a situation where I'm not trying that hard, then
you're
I'm
like,
good.
You're not going to get mad about it. But I got kind of mad about it. I'm like, oh, they voted for someone else.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, really? I'm like, oh God. Okay. Oh, anyway.
Great.
Straight Candid moments. What's going on?
What's going on? Yeah, I do. Cause I texted you about it the other day. I was at a coffee shop, and you know, my single self, she's staying curious, making sure she's keeping her doors open, staying curious. She? What?
You said you go, she's staying curious. She is. And I go, she?
Me?
Who, you?
Yes, me. And to be honest, like I've thought about like trying to date girls before. Like I changed my Hinge one time. I told you that. And I just like can't, I think I like penis, unfortunately.
Okay,
I really do.
Fair.
I really do like penis. God damn, you know, I wish I didn't, but I was at the coffee shop the other day and this girl walked in, and for the first time in my life, I was like attracted like sexually
like, for real?
to a female. Yeah. And I was like,
love.
I mean, it probably because I have a lot of pent up sexual tension.
Okay.
But also like she was hot.
Okay.
And I could tell she was like probably like I got a bisexual vibe maybe.
Give me like the look. Like what are we looking at here?
So
what do we see?
She had a shaved head on the side.
Oh, cool.
But kind of longer hair on the top. But she was like gorgeous. Like she wore makeup at the same time. So she was wearing makeup, but in like a boy outfit. Like shaved head on the side, and she had like this sick
look.
She had a sick tattoo behind her ear.
Oh, she was so badass.
And yeah,
I wish I was that badass. I'm like, hi.
No, she was so badass, and I loved her outfit and just her vibe, and she was just studying. I don't know.
I don't think I'd make anybody turn their head. I'm not gonna lie. When I go in public, I'm like, and I'm always on the phone with like you or Emma or somebody, and I'm like laughing to myself, talking way too loud.
Well, I was
she
sounds
very nice.
I'm kind of sad. I don't know if I'll ever see her again. And so I messaged you. I'm like,
oh my gosh. And I'm like, did you get who it was? Did you get her name? Like anything? You should have gone up to the counter and been like, what was that lady's name, by the way? They're like, no, I'm not telling you.
Yeah.
Wait, cute though.
Yeah. So I feel like it's more of like
that's kind of fun to feel a spark when like a way that you didn't know that you could.
Yeah. And I think it's more, I think I've realized like I'm more of like a person energy because people always ask me what my type is. And to be honest, like I don't have a type. Like I go back and forth. And I realized like my type, maybe it could be any person. Like just like Callan and Hannah when they came on for our episodes, like how they don't define themselves as lesbian or bisexual, but they fall in love with someone.
It's somebody. It's who it is. Yeah, totally.
But to be honest, I have no idea because I've never even experienced it. So
never pursued it. So you maybe
technically I'm still identifying as straight, but like why do I have to identify?
You don't have to tell anybody.
Kind of a fun little.
That's one of my biggest things. I'm like, why do you have to tell anyone who you like and what you like? Like I don't get that. I'm like, I don't understand. Like why do you have to like break it to your coworkers, break it to people? Like why do they have no right to know? In my opinion.
Okay, someone on our Instagram live just popped in, and I think this is a cool take. She said, "So if maybe you're into femme-leaning guys, if you like penis, but a bit of feminine energy too."
Interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe that could be it.
Interesting.
Who knows?
All right, Syd, what you got? Straight Cannon moment this week.
Okay, so perfect timing for this one, which is actually weird. I was watching Netflix, and there's a new show called Sex, Love, and Goop, and it's Gwyneth Paltrow's show. Okay. And I've watched her other series before.
Do we agree with her other series?
It depended on the episode.
Okay, same.
It's more the curiosity factor of like she dives into all these things that everyone thinks is so taboo, and really it's just like knowing your body. Like she talked about like one of the episodes a
tantric
woman
sex
orgasmed on camera. Oh yeah, or the energy sex. And you're like, what are they doing? They're like not even touching each other, and they're like, oh yeah. You're like, I'm not sure about that. I mean, it's real, I guess, but I'm like, I don't know.
Some things I can get behind. Some things are voodoo.
Same.
Voodoo-y.
But it was really interesting because they talk about how every partner and person has a different type of sexual, they call it a sexual blueprint, erotic sexual blueprint. And I went and took the quiz, and it was $17. And I have the link here. Yes, and I paid $17 for that.
Oh my gosh, share this with the listeners.
I know I shouldn't have done it, but I did. It's called Erotic Blueprint Breakthrough. And it's about making a deeper connection, fulfilling intimacy, and satisfying sex starts here.
That photo they have on the website?
That's her and her partner. I'm not kidding. That's a lady. So anyway, I took the quiz, and I took the in-depth quiz. I think they have a free version, but anyway, you know me. I'm like, 22 questions. Let's do this. And I found out I'm sensual.
Wait, what are like the examples?
There's 5. So there's kinky, which obviously is like, different. It's energetic.
Okay.
That's like getting like excited about doing it. There's sensual. It's like the feeling and like the intimacy. There's shapeshifter, which is everything. And then there's just sexual, which means that you just like kind of like nudity and like porn basically is what it means.
Okay.
I mean, that's way oversimplifying it, but it was so interesting because I thought it was something and I read it and it was telling me all these things about me that are fucking accurate. And I was like, oh my God. And they're the things I struggle with.
How helpful would this be in a relationship if you both knew each other's?
We did.
Jordan took it too?
Jordan took it too. He goes, well, are we going to take it? I'm like, we're going to take it. And he took it too.
So
and
what was he?
He was sexual.
So he's sexual and you're sensual.
Yeah.
Okay. I think those could go. I think those could jive. Yeah.
But it was interesting because the pain points that they had, I was like, oh, we don't struggle or anything. I'm not saying it like that, but
everyone has
human.
pain points. Yeah.
We are human. And we had those same pain points in like a minute version. And I was like, oh my God. And they're like, this is how it can help correct it. This is the things you need to be mindful of.
Can you give, I mean, you don't have to answer it if you don't want to, but
I have it, I think, pretty much
I'm curious as to like what is something that you learned from it that you both will change now because of taking the quiz?
Well, it basically tells you like that not everything is such a big deal. Like
Yeah.
sensual person, like all I need is like someone to touch my leg or be like,
Mm-hmm.
like just acknowledge the fact that like we're in a sensual
Yeah.
sensual environment in order to like have a better hookup.
Yes.
Like it starts earlier in the day. So like he didn't know that. And and sexual people usually think that maybe sensual people overcomplicate it. And they're quicker to be like, well, yeah, I feel like it, so I want to do it.
Yep.
Like the kind of thing. So it was interesting because it was like
Wow.
you have to meet in the middle.
Yep.
But then sensual people get in their head and they're really extremely picky, and no matter what the person does, it's not quite right. And sexual people get very frustrated if that's the case.
Because they just want to like,
because they're like, why
I
are
feel
you
it now.
complicating it? It's
Yeah.
not complicated. It's just it's a simple act.
Okay.
And it's a part of a relationship. It
I
was
wanna-
so, you guys,
I want to take this
it was
so
a really
bad.
good $17, I'll tell you that. And it tells you what you'd pair well with, or like what the most normal is, or like what their usual issues are.
Yeah.
What happens when you're with an energetic person, like what your issues could be.
What do you think mine is if you saw the answers? Or like,
I think you're a shapeshifter, probably a shapeshifter, or you're maybe kinky,
yeah.
but not like people always think kinky's like so
Yeah.
over the top. Like I had a kinky percentage, but it wasn't
Yeah,
like
exactly.
you're
Yeah.
thinking of these crazy things.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, sure, I'd use like something erotic.
Ooh, I want
but
to take it. That's so
anyway,
interesting.
very interesting. Worth taking the test. That's my Candid moment, but also worth watching the show because they talk about how you need to address the things that you're insecure about in order to feel secure and feel confident again.
Oh,
and I just thought this shit was so cool. They did like
and
mirror
relatable to
therapy.
today's episode.
Yeah, and they had oh, this is the other thing. Sorry, last thing was they had a couple that's 6 years old, and they talk about their sex life.
Wait,
and
wait.
6D, and you're like, at first you're like,
babe, you just said 6 years old, and I was like,
no, I said 60, but I think I mumbled.
I was like,
Oh no,
what?
I didn't mean
Okay,
that.
60.
I didn't mean that.
I
I'm
was
sorry.
concerned.
No, but I'm saying, why did we always think that was so weird? Why are like the older generation not allowed to talk about their sex life? Like that's where we're going.
Mm-hmm.
And they talked about it, and they're like, yeah, this is like real, like all these things, and a lesbian couple and straight couple. It was fucking bomb.
I should watch this.
Sorry, I shouldn't tell you the whole show, but anyway, that's just a little niblet of
Sex,
that.
Love, Goop on Netflix.
On Netflix.
On Goopflix.
And the thing is, here's the thing.
She didn't even catch it.
I know I did. I've
We like to think before we speak. Like
Yeah.
it's the words are already in front of us
Yeah, I know.
before they come out.
I'm reading them. I'm like, I say them before they're even like out. But I was thinking about it, and I'm like, if this show makes me uncomfortable, how can I be comfortable in a sexual act or with myself?
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
And
idiot.
did it make you
So then I just
uncomfortable
sat
at
there.
first?
There was only like two things that kind of made me uncomfortable. Watching other people like be uncomfortable makes me uncomfortable. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So
and
I
you're
just,
sitting
I'm like,
there,
oh,
and you're sitting there with Jordan. You're like,
yeah,
hey, buddy.
I'm like, we're both like,
oh God.
or the guy made like kind of an awkward comment like about, and you're just like, oh, that was kind of awkward. Okay.
I watched
But-
Sex, or what's it called? A Sex Life on Netflix.
Oh yeah.
With a guy before, and like when I was watching it, instead of like it was like porn for me. I'm like, let's go.
Really?
Yeah.
And he probably was just like, wow, this is a really good show. I wonder where the actor's
and
from.
I'm like,
Just
and I
kidding.
like, I'm not used to porn.
Different-
I don't watch a ton, so when I see like episodes like that, I was like, yes.
It was all spicy.
Yeah,
You're like,
I'm like,
oh my
let's go.
God.
Oh,
Anywho,
I think. Do you want to talk about hookups in college first, or do you want to talk about sexually confidence? Because
maybe we
that
go the
just-
opposite way. Let's do sexual confidence
agree.
because I think it's really important, and we're already talking about it.
Yeah.
So might as well roll.
So you
right
kind of
in.
already like, you know,
alluded to
yes.
a bunch of things. Yeah. I don't know. I think this is extremely important. I'm pulling up my notes because we're all backwards, you guys.
yeah. We're good.
But I'm not gonna lie, I am not the most sexually confident person. Like I'm not at all.
But I do feel like you've come
I've come a long way.
a long way. Yeah.
And I have reasons why I'm not. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and you have this idea of like what you're supposed to look like. And then I think about, sometimes I'll look in the mirror and I'm like, I don't look like what I'm supposed to look like. But then I realize, who's telling me I have to look like that?
Yeah.
No one has ever not like wanted to date you or wanted to like get to know you or wanted to hook up with you because you looked the way you do. Like that's not a thing. So I'm like, what the hell have I been doing?
Yeah. I think a lot of sexual confidence, people think you have to have like this body that's portrayed on media and porn. And it's like,
Yes.
that's where a lot of the, I think or what's the word? The
Pain points,
pain
maybe?
points,
I know the word you're looking
the
for, but I can't.
insecurity comes from. But knowing that all bodies are good bodies and like we're all deserving of pleasure, I think that's a huge part in increasing your confidence.
Yeah. A lot of things I read were like, you deserve pleasure. You have to believe that. And you have to feel good to receive it.
Yes.
And you have to feel confident to receive it or give. You know what I mean? Like, you can't be, if you're not confident, you're not in the moment.
Yep.
And you're not like your powerful self that you are, that you are when you're alone.
Yep.
Like, you got to get to a place where you can be that with somebody else in order to do that with somebody else.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what's the point? It's a wasted energy. It's a wasted experience. And then you're like, you feel worse about the experience than you do better.
And I think I like that. And a lot of insecurities come from having sex for the other person. Everyone's like trying to perform, and sexual confidence doesn't have to mean being good in bed. It's not about having ripped abs or big boobs or doing some crazy kinky moves. It doesn't come from being like having a lot of sex. It doesn't matter how much sex you have. The core meaning of sexual confidence is just feeling comfortable in your body. And I think knowing that you deserve the pleasure, and what kind of flipped for me is, to be honest, like when I first started having sex, like obviously I didn't know what I was doing and didn't know like, really,
college is weird.
I didn't even know my body very well. But what flipped for me in my head was realizing that I'm having this experience with someone because I want to feel pleasure. So I started to like do what felt good for myself.
Yeah, that's important.
And in return, that person sees that as confidence. So I stopped worrying about like what's normal. Like, do most girls, rub this way or lean this way or like make these faces or say this? Or I stopped worrying about that and like just started focusing on like what felt good to me in the moment. And in return, people are like, holy shit, that's hot. Because like, to be honest, the more you're into it yourself, and I not mean faking into it, I mean genuinely into it, the hotter you will feel and the more confident I think you'll portray yourself.
It always goes in that order. I like that you say that you do it for yourself, because I think in college too, it's like you're just experiencing with your body. You're experimenting. You don't really know what you're doing usually, or I shouldn't say usually, but sometimes hookups are like unplanned. So you're not really like, I don't know, quote unquote ready. Like you are like when you live with somebody, which is kind of half the fun, because it's like spontaneous and whatever. But if you're not, you're not thinking about like, what do I want? Or you don't know your body. That's what I was going to say, is like, I remember hooking up with people or dating people and, having sex, and I didn't even know my body. Like I had never, this is TMI, but masturbated my entire life. Yeah. And I was like trying to like be sexual and like intimate and like romantic with somebody else. I didn't even know what went on down there. I had no idea. And I remember an older friend told me, she's like, you have to know your body in order to like give, receive, be in the moment, and like have it be an important thing and actually feel something. But until I actually listened and got over the fact that it was shameful in my mind originally, I couldn't get there. I could not get there. I didn't even know what I wanted. How would I know? I just followed what I had seen on porn or people had told me how they do it. And also, you know what I learned? I learned on the Scoop Show, I forgot to add this. You know how women breathe and they like are panting during sex? Yeah. That's from porn. That's not a real thing. Oh, yeah. It's not like, why are you panting like right away? I don't think I pant. I don't think I do either, but I'm like, wait, maybe I do. Like it's a thing that we like subconsciously do, because it's like, it's the norm. Interesting. The sex expert talked about it, and she's like, crazy. Because you're like panting, and they're like, you don't need to pant. You need to can you stop panting? Can you in breathe? Fact, when you're deep breathing, it helps. Yeah, it helps. In through the nose, out through the mouth. I just thought that was so interesting. Rewinding to your shameful talk, because I think that has a lot to do with like sexual confidence and how your childhood and how you grew up. Because I think my parents were very sex positive. Like, oh, really? I knew when they were having sex. Like, no, you did not. Yeah, because there would be, no, you did not. This is also TMI, but like we'd be all downstairs like after dinner, and like I'm like, they're already in bed. Like that's weird. And they would always lock their door. Oh, the door lock. But the light would be on. And this is the weirdest thing. To this day, I still don't know what it is, but there was a certain smell. What do you mean a certain smell? I don't know if it was I don't know if it was lube or like some sex toy stuff, but maybe they were just burning a candle. I'm just gonna go with the candle burn, and that's it. Yeah. No. But we're talking about parents having sex. I found my parents' sex drawer when I was like probably 12 years old. No way. Yeah, and every time I hope my mom doesn't listen to this. No, I mean I told her now. Yeah, okay, she knows. So she knows. Okay, but I would bring. Every time I had friends over, I'd be like, you want to go look at my parents' sex drawer? No, you would not. We'd go into like show and tell at your own house. Yeah, I'd be like, look at all this. And there would be like
anal beads, and,
No.
like, DVDs, and oh my god,
DVDs.
I really,
oh my god.
shoot, I don't know if I should edit this out or not. I think we're gonna keep it.
We'll keep it, but just
No one will know. It's
no
fine.
one will know. It's fine. It's fine. We're fine. But
Yeah.
what's funny is like that's the norm. Like we could be parents right now. Like theoretically we could be.
Yeah.
So it's like what? We just gonna stop?
Stop
Like,
having sex?
We're
No.
sexual beings.
Yeah.
Like it's always gonna happen.
So that's just
But-
kind of a heads up to like, be sex positive as a parent. If you are listening and you are a parent, like make sure, because
it can go that way.
it's important to like have your child know that like when they're touching themselves, like maybe there's a right and a wrong place to do it. And like, yes, but you have to learn about yourself when you're young. Like,
Exactly. I will say, bringing it back to college and like just being confident in myself as like a young woman or a man, not only do you have to know yourself, but like you have to know what you want. Do you want a one night stand? Like, is that what you want? Do you want a relationship? Like, what makes you feel good sexually is like, you have to understand that in order to get pleasure out of it.
yeah. So
You
like,
gotta know what you want.
I know exactly what you mean. Like for me, like I hate one night stands. Like I
hate 'em too.
still to this day, like I prefer no, because for me, it has to do with like, I can't really enjoy the sex
what I'm
experience
saying.
unless I like can emotionally get off first. You know what I mean?
It has to have a spark for me
Yeah.
in the beginning. A hint the sensual.
It has to either have an emotional connection or I have to know that it is not allowed.
Oh, yeah.
Like I'm one
I
or the
have that
other.
same
Like
issue.
toxic or like
This is taboo
like this,
a little bit.
yeah.
I know that. I think everybody has a little percentage of that in
Yeah.
them. But I mean, I don't know. I think it's really interesting. Like for instance, I remember I like wrote it down. I'm trying to find the note.
I think we'll talk about like friends with benefits stuff, relationship, hookup
Yeah.
culture in college. I have a few more tips about sex confidence.
No, I do too.
Okay.
But when I didn't know what I wanted, that was the worst hookup experiences that I've ever had. And then they continued because I still didn't say what I wanted. Like it went their way. Like they didn't worry about me really. It was like
Oh,
just
you mean communicate in the bedroom?
communication in the bedroom.
Oh,
But I'm getting
okay.
there. But I'm just saying like when we
Okay.
hooked up and it was, I didn't say what I wanted. I didn't act on it. Like, and then you continue hooking up with them because now this relationship is starting to grow. And now you're like having these sexual encounters that you're like, this is not it. Like, I
Yeah.
don't like this at all. It's not fulfilling. And you're like, you feel like you're too deep when all I had to do was open my freaking mouth.
Oh my gosh, Sid, I've
and
been there
say
too.
what I wanted. And then now I'm too deep and I think, oh my God, no, I shouldn't say that. Or what if they're weirded out by vibrators? Oh, what if they're weirded out? Like
That's why it's so important that's why it's so important to not fake an orgasm, because if they think you finished and you continue to hook up with this person, you're like, fuck, I have to fake it again and I have to fake it again. And then you never have your orgasm.
Nope.
But also keep in mind that sex, like I think guys think like, oh my God, I have to perform to get this woman an orgasm. But to be honest, like girls sometimes go into sex like to explore and be curious and it feels good. Like we're not always looking for a goddamn orgasm.
That's
because to be
that's
honest,
a taboo. I want to
Yeah.
freaking slap it right there.
because to be honest, it is so fucking difficult to orgasm with a partner. And I'll tell you that right
your
now.
brain just doesn't get there. It's literally a percentage. I think it's like 15% of women. Like it's not.
I bring a vibrator in every time if I want a complete orgasm, for sure.
Yeah, it's same.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. That just doesn't happen. I'm sorry.
But
it is what it is.
Sometimes I want to have sex and not have an orgasm. Like
And that's okay too.
I love, like it doesn't always have to be about, the finish. So
No, it doesn't. And it's important to make sure that your partner is okay with those, like using those things too. It's like, otherwise if they're not, like, sorry.
Yeah,
that's just how it goes. That's what makes me feel good. That's what makes me feel happy. And I'm going to feel happy doing this. So.
If a guy gives me attitude about bringing in a vibrator, I will say, just, every female you've ever slept with has faked an orgasm. Do you want me to orgasm or not?
Oh,
like,
no, you
seriously.
do not.
Yeah, I've probably said that numerous times.
I have said it to one person. I
Like,
just had to
it
tell
just
him. I was
pisses
like,
me
"Ugh."
off.
I know. I got irritated. I'm trying to think of anything else confidence wise.
I have a few more.
Oh, I know.
Go for it.
I would say do things that make you feel sexy. Like when I'm like, I'm going to kind of get in the mood. And now that I know I'm essential, I'm going to keep adding that.
Yes.
I'm like, I'm going to wear my spicy little leather pants, little cute little crop top, little blazer and a heel. I'm like, oh God, I feel cute. And then I went to, like go to the whiskey bar and I'm like, yeah, I have a cocktail.
Yeah. Ooh.
And I'm just feeling good. I know I've got a cute bra on. Like I start to like build my own confidence up by myself because you don't need to use somebody else to
take
get
a little
there.
quick little nude before, maybe a
like
shirtless
something
picture.
fun, like whatever. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, I look good. I feel good.
Yes.
I got a little buzz. Let's do this. Like,
You wanna know-
You got to get there.
You want to know what I've done before too?
What?
This
Oh,
is-
God.
I can't.
Not the nipple shirt.
But
No,
like, I'm literally just talking to you on the couch, so I'm going to tell you.
I know.
But
Now
like,
I'm like, what have I even said?
Sometimes if I want to get in the mood and I know that the person's bad at foreplay, like I'm like, they just jump into it. One time.
Okay, I'm not going to lie. We've all been there.
On my drive over.
I already know what you're going to say.
I brought my vibrator in the car.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
Isn't that illegal?
Probably. Just used it a little bit on the drive. And then I hopped in there and boom, I was ready to rock.
I said we've all been there before I knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm like,
but have you been there? Probably not.
I'm dead.
Man,
I mean,
I'm sweating.
I will say though, like until I did all these things, it wasn't fulfilling.
Yeah.
Like, you have to, like, and it'll get there, you guys. And one thing I want to tell people because they're listening right now, nerves are completely normal. Like male nerves and female nerves, like not being able to keep an erection or worried about not getting wet enough or worried about not being able to orgasm, male or female. And the pressure is created by you. And until you remove that pressure and gain that confidence, it's going to stay there. It's not up to the other person to like make you feel a certain way. You've got to feel it in yourself and feel good and be like, yeah, I deserve to do this. And whatever, who fucking cares if I don't, like, it doesn't happen today. Like having that attitude will allow you to separate the anxiety from it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You shouldn't feel like too anxious before you're having sex, right? If you do, like, that's okay. But I think that's why that's why I prefer someone that I like feel emotionally connected with, because you should have that other person like making you feel comfortable, and you should also be able to bring humor into sex.
Yeah,
like
it shouldn't be so
it
serious.
shouldn't be so serious. Like it's fun to be serious, slow, intimate, and then all of a sudden you laugh about something. Like someone asked on the Instagram live, they said, "What do I do if I queef during sex because it's happened and I'm so embarrassed about it?" Like there's a couple options for this exact question. This has happened numerous times, and it has to do with someone, pushing air into your body. Like
there's
it's
a lot of things going on.
It's not like you're farting at all. So if you're maybe not in the laughy mood and you don't want to laugh about it and be like, I just queefed.
Yeah.
You
yells it out.
If it's more of like a sexy vibe, you can be like, I like can't say it, but I'm gonna say it.
Oh God, I'm toe pointing so hard right now and nobody sees it.
You could just be like, "You're fucking me so good that you push air into me," like something
make it not awkward.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I understand what you're getting at too. I've said sorry in the past, and I don't need to be sorry
for queefing.
Yeah. I'm like, sorry about that. Like
sorry.
literally. And then you just move on. It's like a cute sorry, but I'm like, why do I need to be sorry?
Yeah. No.
It's a lot going on.
Exactly.
Like, I don't know. That's
okay. A few more tips.
Like, I'm not going to say
quick.
it. And then she whispers it.
Yeah. I didn't really know how to say it. I feel like when I'm
in
in the
dirty talking tip.
When I'm in the moment, sometimes it just comes out. But like the way I said it on the podcast just doesn't feel organic.
That's why I haven't said anything like, you're so sexy. You're that was cringeworthy.
Yeah. Okay, dirty talking tip.
Dirty talking tip. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. That's my number one tip.
That.
If you're not in the mood or it's not your personality, you don't need to do it. Like don't use the foreign expectations as your guide to what you want to do in the bedroom, because it's just not going to work. You do what you want to do.
Yeah.
And if you do want to do it, just do it. Take a deep breath in and say whatever feels right. Don't have a saying like already prepped in your head. You know what I mean? Like these are things like with people like myself where you think you have to do these things because, you think the assumption is this is what they want.
Yeah.
Like I have to like think about these things and like keep them stored somewhere for like in the moment. But if you don't want to do it, don't do it.
Yeah, it's supposed to be pleasurable. You're not performing.
To be fun. No, it's not a performance. It's not an act. It's a freaking enjoyable moment.
I like to, if you do want a dirty talk, like sometimes it does elevate the experience, I think.
Yeah,
like,
it depends on when you do it though.
I like to focus on like your 5 senses. So like what do you smell? What do you hear? What do you feel? And just like explain what's happening.
Yeah.
Like that's all you really have to do. Like whisper it in their ear.
I like how you feel. I think is like my favorite one. Just because it's just like that's how I feel. Like that's it.
I say some weird shit. Like some weird stuff comes out of my mouth. Like you fit like a puzzle piece. Like what? I said that the other week. I'm like, this cannot happen. When I say the other week, it was probably
I go the other week. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's not true.
Yeah, it ain't true.
Like you fit like a puzzle piece.
Like
I
what?
remember one time I was doing a puzzle when I was young.
And I'm like,
oh, sorry, I'm getting off topic.
I'm like, you're just fitting right in there. That was the last piece of the puzzle, baby. Yes. Ooh. No.
I actually have cringeworthy stories of people
saying some weird shit.
Like not to me, but friends more
Do you
so.
have it? We should have asked that on Instagram.
I know, but sometimes I get worried that people will be like, oh, I know I did that. And like, you know what I mean? Yeah. They didn't know it was awkward.
Well, I just admitted to saying you fit like a puzzle piece. So What do we got? Well, tell me some stories. Sorry, I'm shedding and putting it back.
Just guys like or gals saying things that are just like so weird. Like things like I will say I've been in there was one time that it happened to me, but I'll just keep it at this. Never had hooked up with this person ever before in my life. He said, "I love you, Mom."
Mom?
He said he was drunk. He had no idea. He said, "I love you," but then a lot of times, like people, when they only say "I love you," they say it's like their mom. So he said, "I love you."
What the fuck? That is the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
I was like, "What?" He's like, "What?" I'm like, he's like, "That's not even how I don't even know." And I'm like, I'm gonna
leave.
I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna go now. It was the most cringe-worthy moment. I'm like, yeah, that's enough. Okay.
Oh my God.
I had a really
I
good
don't
time,
have
though.
a specific story, but there was this one guy that I used to see that was just like aggressive. Like you don't need to be like slut whore like the whole time. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it was like,
I don't really
but
like
he was
that.
such like a nice person. And then when we would, hook up, it was like, it was constant. I'm like, you know who I'm talking about?
No, but I know this situation.
It was just like, it was constant. Like they wouldn't shut up the whole time. I'm like, can we like enjoy it? Like, are you even enjoying it? Cause you're talking so much. Like, shut up. And then I would just come back with, yeah, you fit like a puzzle piece. Like what?
Get out of here with that. God. I mean, do what feels right for you. But just if you're feeling a little funky town, I will say, because we'll transition into, I think, college hookups. I think it's
I love
a perfect
that
transition.
Love it.
I will say I want everyone to feel that if they're in a situation where they're hooking up with somebody and it starts to feel like you're not enjoying it, or like something cringeworthy happens, or something that you don't want to even say happens, stop it.
Yeah,
verbalize it and stop. Just be like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Kind of like you said,
forcing you to be there.
Kind of like you said, like you felt like you went too deep and like you couldn't turn back. Like I was the same way, but I think we have to stop that, honestly, because it's just like solidifying the fact that like men think certain things about how women act in bed and how so like I think it's never too deep to like change your mind. And if you change your mind, you need to communicate
it. You gotta, I promise you, it'll feel way better having an awkward moment and only for you being like, I just don't want to do this anymore, than it will the feeling the next day when you're like, I really wish I would have not done that at all.
Faked an orgasm.
Or I was going to say, when you like you are having fun at the bar and you're like feeling spicy and you're at the top of your buzz or whatever it is, and you eat and then you come home and you're with the person and
food baby.
And then you're realizing you're like, oh, I really don't want you here. Like, I really don't want you here. That is your cue. Don't let them get any further. Like, don't go to your room. Don't even go to the couch. Like, stand your ground and say, actually, you know what? I'm like, I don't really want to do this. Or like, just be like, it was good to see you. I'll connect with you like next week. Literally just anything to get them to leave. And I've had to force someone to leave one time. They wouldn't leave. They wouldn't freaking leave.
I'm like, to leave.
They're like, I came all the way here. And I go, do you think I give a fuck? And I was like, thank God you said that, because ew. Ew, gross. Go. I'm like, get out of here. And then you can just turn. I'm like,
just because you bring someone home, that doesn't mean you're gonna have sex with. It doesn't mean you're gonna have sex with them. Like, I always like to, like, if I were to bring someone home, it's like, by the way, you can come home with me, but we're cuddling and kissing. We're not doing anything more. If you want to agree, like, you can hop in my car. Like,
that's
you
fine.
cannot.
That's what you want.
You don't have to, just because you take someone home, you don't owe them shit.
No, you don't. You don't need to give them anything.
Yeah.
It's not. You don't have to give anybody anything. Like, it's for you and your enjoyment. I don't know. I think we have to do things when we don't have to, especially in college when you don't know any better.
Yeah, in
college, hiccups.
In college, it's hard to try to be confident in that situation because the hookup culture it's top of everyone's mind. It consumes your life.
What did you do in college about this? Because it felt like everybody was hooking up with everybody.
Yeah,
and I know people out there in college are like thinking that. Yeah, specifically, I think it was a little different. Like, Greek life crew.
I was gonna ask about that. Yeah,
I mean, that's something. But the minute I heard that they had hooked up with somebody, I usually would just be like, no, never mind. Yeah, because I just don't want to involve myself in that. And like, honestly, I hate to say this, but like, if you're not like hooking up with people right away and not doing it every weekend, like you're gonna probably be like a desirable human being. People are gonna be intrigued because they're gonna be like, why can't I? Like, why don't you do this? Like, what? That's so interesting. Like, oh, you haven't hooked up with anybody here? Like, oh, that's so interesting. And you might attract more people, which might be annoying. You know what I mean? Like, people bugging you and being like, can I take you to dinner?
Yeah.
You're like,
people
oh yeah, say that when you're sober, buddy.
Your roommate's like, wait, why are you getting asked to dates? I ain't getting asked to dates. You're like, well,
anyway, but I mean, if you want to be doing it.
I think before we really get into like the hookup talk too, like keep in mind that like hookup like is such an ambiguous term. Like it's very universal. Like what does it even mean? Some people define hooking up as kissing. Some people define it as having sex. But like when you hear someone hooked up, like just keep an open mind because hooking up is so ambiguous.
I know.
Like,
someone
what
could
does
mean
it
one
really
thing,
mean?
Someone could mean another. I know. And that's
but
so true.
Hookup culture accepts and encourages casual sex encounters without necessarily including emotional intimacy, bonding, or a committed relationship.
Wow, look at
that was
you.
a little definition I found.
Interesting.
And yeah, there was some study that said 90% of college students say that their lives are dominated by hookup culture and the search for validation. And there's like this underlying pressure to go home with someone. Because think of like when you're out with your girlfriends and you're out with dudes or whatever, wherever you are at the bar, it's all about the story the next day in college.
Oh my God, so what happened?
So what happened? Who'd you hook up with? Who'd you go home with? And it's like, that's
I saw you leave with.
It's kind of disgusting, but that's how a lot of the girls bonded. And it's like you feel left out if you weren't a part of that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
I just had to think about that comment again about like the not feeling satisfied piece, just because I was just like thinking back of like, did I remember anything that non-satisfying? I mean, yeah, obviously. Honestly, most of the time when I would have a one night stand, and especially when I wouldn't most of the time. Sorry, that comes off weird. Usually you kick off a relationship with it in college where it just happens. I don't know why I'm using these words like some of the time. Usually, don't listen to my words. All I'm saying is when it happened, I definitely wasn't like excited about it in the AM unless I like did it for myself. Do you know what I mean? I would always be like, oh geez, like why did I do that? And I didn't like, it's not like I had one night stands, but even if it's somebody who you like semi regularly hook up with and they like kind of know you, but like the worst feeling is when you go to the bar the next weekend and they are hitting on somebody else.
Yeah, disgusting.
Oh my God. And you're like, why I'm gonna kill you, and then you're like, wow, I have zero right to kill you because I have not even like texted you back, or you know what I mean, or like said like, hey, I like you, I'd like to hang out outside of the bar. Like, oh, I remember that gut feeling of like, oh my God, I'm sick.
And that's why hookup culture is kind of difficult because like unfortunately, like on average, women are more emotionally, apt to want a long-term relationship. Yep. Like that's just like that's who we are. So it like is a little difficult because when you are doing this casual sex thing, it's like I'm trying to be the chill girl, like I'm chill, like I'm not gonna text you back, I'm fine. But like you actually had some emotions that arose with those like one night stands. So
yeah, and
it's hard. You got to watch your heart when you have these hookups.
Oh my God, you have to watch your heart, and you also need to know when to walk away, especially with like if you're just it just starts to get like too drama or something like that. If there's like drama involved, if there's like weird things that make you feel weird, if there's somebody that they're also seeing, or like my ex is going to be there tonight, like just like don't want to be like by you. Like know when to end it. Like there's always, if someone has something to say that makes you feel a little uncomfortable, there's likely a hidden agenda and you should not be a part of that. Like not worth it. Not even worth it.
It's also disgusting because I feel like there is something about being on a college campus where the women feel, and I'm talking from a woman's point of view, so sorry men, but feel kind of like exposable. It's almost like, yeah, like you said, like he hooked up with you that week before, he's at the bar the next week, and then he's talking, flirting with someone else, and it's hard because like I remember in high school, like guys would ask me on dates, right? Like take you out for dinner. Then you get to college, it's like no one's asking you out on dates anymore. It's at the bar, it's someone like whispering in your ear and you go home with each other.
Oh God. And it's probably at Jack's and you probably have a plastic cup in hand. They probably just spilled it in your hair.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
I'm like, God dang it. Get away from me.
And if you're female looking for like a long-term relationship, like it's so difficult in college because it's such the norm to just hook up and like drop it.
Or it's for guys, I feel like it's like the girls go for the douchiest.
Yeah.
The douchey. I'm not going to lie. I went for the worst of the worst probably. And I don't even know why. And then like the good guys get a bad rap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're like, I would never do that to a girl. In fact, like I would love to take somebody on a date,
Yeah.
but now they've lost that confidence because the girls are all going for the same old fucking douchebag.
That
And you're their
happens
friends and they talk about it all the time.
That happens a lot on our podcast. Is like we talk about certain men, but I'm sorry, those certain men, they ruin it for the rest of y'all. So
they do. At times they do.
know.
I'm not going to lie. They completely do.
Yeah. And as a female, like, yes, if you want the hookup one night stand, like all power to you.
Oh
like
my God,
some of y'all are like, hell yeah, that's the point. Like that's what I want my college experience to be. I
Oh
don't
my
want
God,
a
go
long-term
for it.
relationship.
Oh, frick it.
But if you are looking for a long-term relationship, it might not be finding those guys at the bar, taking them home and having sex. I think like a good tip would be like try to search off campus, like even a different college or like, I don't know, like your hometown. Like those are like where people will kind of go a little the extra mile to like get your attention or go on some dates.
I think the one thing I look for is like I remember just going out and literally I would know that the night was going to be me and Emma running around or me and my girlfriends running around. Like that, those were the best nights that I ever had. There was no like expectation that something was going to happen. I wasn't looking for anything. And then sometimes, you know, you'd fall into like a really cool guy and I ended up dating one for a really long time. Or honestly, I'd way rather end up next to my girlfriend and some of my guy friends that I'm just chilling with, you know what I mean? And we end up falling asleep after eating a huge pizza. Like,
yes.
I feel way better the next day. And usually we have probably a hilarious story of somebody
There's still
doing
stories.
something dumb.
Yep.
So like, just know that the expectation is never that you need to be doing something. I will say for people who go to the, like, don't like drinking or go to the bar less, like, don't ever feel like, oh my God, I'm not like drunk enough to like be doing this, or like maybe I shouldn't be here because like, or maybe I need to drink more because like people are drinking and like the guys are drunk, like no one's gonna want me if I'm just like boring and sober. Like those are all the thoughts that I've heard friends talk about or I felt. And you don't need to be anybody that you don't want to be. And I'm telling you right now, if you're feeling like a sober person and there's drunk people all around you, and you don't likely want to be with any of those people either. You know what I mean? So just do it for you. What do you want to go do?
Yeah.
What does your night look like?
And on the other side of thing, like rewinding to the fact that like some women do want the casual experience in college. I totally get it.
Yeah.
And I think that's showing that like we have become more sex positive over the years and women have gotten more sexual freedom and have been allowed to have those casual experience. But who does that benefit? Because like I said, women are more emotional and they seek these long-term relationships. So in general. So women's sexual freedom has actually benefited men.
That's a hot take.
I don't know.
Sheesh.
Because I do think everyone should experience casual hookups, but speaking from like personal experience, hookup culture seems to kind of reinforce like the gender roles, as in men or women, men pursuing women.
Yeah.
Instead of women pursuing men at all times. But I don't know. And it's just so easy. Like all a guy has to do is go up to you at the bar and take you home. Like that's what I'm saying. Like it's that easy.
Depends on how you're, yeah.
So
girls sit on guys too, though. I think it's getting more normal for girls to sit on guys too, which I love. I think that's amazing.
Yeah,
like
I love
for
that
the girl
too.
to go up and be like, "You're actually attractive."
I love that. Yeah.
But at the awkward times, like the bar times when they're like, "I have a girlfriend," you're like, "I'm so sorry."
Yeah.
She's actually right behind you. I'm like, "I'm sorry.
Great.
I was actually hitting on your boyfriend."
Like me flirting with the bar.
That's what I came to mind.
The bartender.
I came to mind right away.
I flirted with a guy at Jack's like a couple months ago, actually probably like a year ago. Hottest man ever. And I'm flirting with him at the bar, and the bartender serving us, it was the bartender who's the girlfriend. So funny story.
She was a bartender.
Yeah, she was the bartender.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
But back to like the women taking, I'm just saying, like I saw TikTok, for example, about like a girl purposely staying up late, like 3 a.m. like hoping she'd get a snap from the guy, and then you go over there, and it's like we can't be doing that. But it's like you want to act. I don't know.
I know.
I have like a give or take, like a.
I think, God, it depends on what you want. I don't know. It's really hard to say, because if like somebody was not texting me back, like forget about it, like not happening. But it's really hard when you really like that person.
But you need to have
once
standards.
once they give in, you're like, oh wait. I'm like, try not to be too eager, but I'll be like, okay, fine, I'll go. Yeah. You have to have standards for yourself, because if everybody's on their phone these days, I'm sorry. I'm saying, speaking from somebody who doesn't text back very often because I'm so busy. But if it's the hookup culture and all those things, if somebody's interested, they're gonna be texting you. You know, like that's like terrible as that is to say. It sucks to hear that.
If he wanted to, he would.
Yeah, I have a random thought. But I remember thinking this in college, being bummed out, going to the bar and being like, oh, no one's going to like me because all these girls look way hotter than I do. Like, I didn't dress hot enough tonight. Like, or like something like that is a horrible thought. That's a horrible thought. And I remember thinking it. I remember being at a bar and thinking, wow, I should have dressed better. Now I know what to wear for next time. It's like, that's what I wish I would have known in college.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how you dress.
Mm-mm.
It does not matter how you dress. You'll attract the wrong person if you're thinking you need to dress a certain way. I'll tell you that much.
Good point.
But like, I wish I would have known that in college. I didn't know that.
I know there's a lot of like expectations.
Yeah.
Going out as a female, like think how like guys just fucking show up to the bar and whatever the hell they want. If they're hot, they're hot. And girls like spend hours picking their outfits, putting on makeup. They're with their girlfriends. Like, what are you wearing? They're like, we should get a drink before. Oh, I can't wear these heels. I should wear these heels. Can I wear your bra, your strapless bra? Can I shave my legs? Can I put tanning lotion on? It's just insane.
It's insane. I will say, I remember having the best nights though, like with my guy friends and girlfriends, but like I have a really, really close guy friend and people always said, oh my God, you probably guys have hooked up, whatever. We've never hooked up before. Never would happen. And we had the best nights just running around together and people thought we were dating because we'd just be like running attached hip to hip. That was the most fun that I had. Like when I think back, I don't think about like that really cool one night stand I had with a really cool person. Oh yeah. Yeah. When I hung out with these really cool people one time. Yeah. I remember that. I'm going to tell my kids that. No, it was like the memories I made with my people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if I wanted to go do something fun, I'd freaking do something fun.
Yeah.
I'd go buck wild. I'd go crazy. You want to know something? I used to ride the bull at Jack's, Cowboy Jack's. Yes, you know who you are. And I would have a fake ID and it said I was 27 years old and my name is Rosalia.
Rosalia. Rosalia. What was your address? Do you remember?
Rosalia.
Do you remember your address?
No, I don't. Not on that one. I remember it was clipped and it looked nothing like me and she had blue eyes.
Babe, you're going to jail. You just admitted that on the podcast.
Nah, I'm 21.
Nah,
I'm safe. I'm in the safe zone. Wait, should we read the
Straight Candid moments?
Well, that or the fun experiences in college that some listeners shared.
Yes.
But first,
ooh, all right.
Oh, I'm sorry. This holiday season, I'm giving thanks to my friends at Manscaped. Do I tell my extended family that I have bought my man the Performance Package 4.0 from the global leaders in below the waist grooming? I am in love with their products and his confidence has shot up since he started using them for all of his grooming needs. Give your man Manscaped this holiday season so his tree stands taller, if you know what I mean. Help join the 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with 20% off and free shipping with the code CANDID20. Go to manscaped.com.
The Performance Package 4.0 also includes the Weed Whacker to chops your worst weeds up top his nose and ear because who likes hair sticking out of holes? Not me.
Not me. God, that was really good. Gifting Manscaped is the ultimate hack to becoming the family favorite. It's actually not an awkward gift if you think about it.
No.
So that's actually really good if you want to get it for a man.
Good.
But
it's
make
really
sure
good
to get your 20% off plus free shipping with the code CANDID20 at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code CANDID20 at manscaped.com. Get him the gift from all Manscaped. His balls will thank you.
All right, y'all. Straight Candid moments written in by our listeners, specifically related to hookup stories.
Oh, jeez.
So, Syd, you read those. I have some more on my page.
Okay, I have one that I thought was pretty funny. Actually, this one, I might actually just shift a little bit what I was about to say because this is kind of comedy, but it's also like very important to recognize something that's happening here. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So
we learn a lesson.
We learn a lesson, of course. Syd with her damn lessons. I swear to God, but they're always in there. All right. Jeez. Okay. Not really a hookup story. He wishes apparently, but one time, good old ex school. I won't say. I was hanging out with a guy and we started kissing.
Oh, I know.
I wasn't into it, so I went to the restroom to brainstorm a way to excuse myself and leave. I come back and he's lying down and I notice his shirt has come off and he has the covers over his waist all the way down. Oh no, I already knew that he was naked. Oh. Nope. He slowly, as she's standing there, pulls the covers back and the dude has his pecker sticking out of his boxers hole. What?
His pecker?
Yes. Like when a dude goes to the restroom and slips it out quick, but this guy literally was ready to plow with his boxers on and his goods poking out of the hole.
Wait, he poked it out of the boxer
hole? Yeah, I was dumbfounded and asked what, and he goes, I'm ready. And next to him were baby wipes. No. When I tell you I ran, I still think about this site, and it literally is a joke with all my friends and instantly bring it up. Also, they were they were loose Fruit of the Loom boxers. -10 out of 10.
If you don't,
that's pretty funny.
Boys, hot tip: wear briefs. Please do not wear the loose boxers anymore. No, they need to be tight. They need to be tight on the booty.
The plaid.
Yeah, the plaid loose.
Like, how are your goodies even being like? Are they being cared for it in there? Okay, so here's the thing.
Hold on.
I don't know.
Initial thought.
Okay, yeah.
My initial thought. Yes, I know what you're gonna say. We'll talk about that in a second. Like, absolutely disrespectful, but. My initial thought with his pecker sticking out of his boxers like that.
This is my initial thought.
Do you think he has like one ball or weird balls? So he like tried to hide his balls?
No, I think he thinks that he's like kind of covering himself up. So it's like kind of like still mysterious. And
I
like,
guarantee he had weird balls.
No, I think, well, if he, I don't know. I mean, I guess I wasn't there. So
I mean,
wouldn't
if
know,
he was ready to rock, he'd be like, just let's go.
No, but
full blown.
Sometimes getting fully naked, even when you have your underwear on, you feel like you're like, wow, I'm a little clothed. Like,
yeah.
Even if your like nipple is out the hole in the front or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Okay.
But I literally thought about, first of all, why is it out the hole? Why is it a TP under the cover? I can't think about it. But the other thing is like, the assumption that was made right there just from them being in the bedroom, it was not a good idea. Like, don't go to the bedroom if you're not feeling it. And also notice how she did not hook up with him. Like, freaking props to you, lady, because you got to get out. You don't need to do anything you don't want to do. Same goes for guys. If the girl's being like a lot or she's assuming something, like, you don't owe anyone anything, and you need to be careful with people drinking. Guy, girl, doesn't matter who you are.
Yeah.
And I have a vision in my head and I cannot get it out.
I know, me too. And I can picture the boxers.
And I can picture the boxer
but
briefs.
that is a good point, because from a male perspective, like, obviously that's not us. But I wonder if, like, guys, write in and tell us too. But I wonder if guys feel like that pressure too. Like, they like really like a girl and they're like, okay, she wants to go home with me. Like, I didn't really want to have sex yet. And they're probably like, I don't want to be the pussy that says no to like hooking up with a girl. Like, I bet guys feel like that too.
Oh my God, yeah, I'm sure of it.
Male or female, like, you have the option to say no, and you have the option to be like, you know, I really like you. Like, honestly, girls love to be cuddled. Just be like, can I cuddle?
Or like, I'll see you tomorrow and like, let's go get coffee instead.
The amount of times,
that'd be like nice.
But the amount of times that I just want to take a guy home and cuddle is like very high.
I
just want to cuddle. Like, I don't really.
And then you woke up and there's no scaries.
Yeah.
But I always wash my sheets because I'm like, your dirty, sweaty bar head is on my pillow, and I'm like,
same
like
shit.
rubbing it or whatever.
Okay,
wait.
I have
an advice.
I have straight candid moments rapid fire.
Oh, that's
quick.
right. Okay.
Straight candid hottest college hookups. Okay,
Ooh.
people wrote in. I'm just gonna like read them real fast.
Okay.
Oh, where am I?
I think you're on the wrong tab.
Hey,
go to your own
hottest
tab.
college hookup stories.
Okay, ready.
Texted the guy across the lecture hall to meet me in the bathroom for a quickie.
Whoa.
Hot. Having sex with a professor.
Oh.
Had a threesome. Had a threesome on the graduation stage with my girlfriend and her best friend the night before graduation.
Oh my God.
My college girlfriend let me have sex with her roommate while she pegged me. Threesome at a Halloween party. And the last one, gave my TA a blowjob. Everyone had a hot TA.
Oh my God.
Yeah, those were pretty aggressive. But
those
I was
are like hot and dangerous. I feel like I gotta sing the Kesha song. Is that the Kesha song?
I only saved the really good ones. I was like, I gotta share these because
my God,
it just
those are
goes.
Really good.
It just goes to show that like college, to be honest, it is about experiencing your sexuality.
Yeah,
so
you do have to.
Whether that means your one night stands, your college hookups, whether that means casual sex with the same person, whether that means a long term relationship and you're getting like fun in bed. College is about that experimentation.
It's about knowing what you want and who you are and trying it, and not being afraid to try it if you feel right about it.
Yeah.
Like, if you know you want to try something but you're too afraid what other people will think.
Set your boundaries, communicate it.
You are completely fine.
And go for it.
Go for it. And always practice safe sex, please. Because I'm not telling you to go cray buck wild.
I love that.
Buck
wild.
Did you have an advice? And then I want to read. Actually, should I read these really quick?
Yeah,
really
go
fun.
for it.
Okay, so these are things that people sent in, and I want to read them, that they wish they would have known in college. And I said on our story, that I wish I would have known that the bump pits weren't in. That was kind of a joke, but still, you should go look at the picture. I'll repost it. Okay. Blackouts ain't cute. That's one of them. You're not as cool as you think you are.
I needed to hear that one when I was in college.
What consent actually means.
Wow.
I wish I would have known that.
Which, can we like decipher that for a second?
For sure.
Like, to be honest, if there's alcohol involved, I don't know if it's consent.
It's a blurred line. I would say you should be able to tell someone's behavior if they're able to answer for themselves. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And if you're even questioning it, then you're not in the consent bubble at all.
Yep.
Guy, girl, doesn't matter. I've had, and
every girl's been there though.
I shouldn't say, I know guys that have been taken advantage of too.
Yeah.
Which is, it happens to everybody, every single person. Yeah. So consent is knowing that you can say yes cognitively and saying yes and hearing the other person say yes and knowing that they're cognitive.
Yeah. I've had too many girlfriends explain stories of them being like, yeah, like I think we ended up having sex. And they were just really drunk and too drunk to really like make that decision.
Yep.
And in the moment they probably said yes, like let's have sex. Like it was just like a go-to. Like they just knew they were there to do that because they were really, really drunk. But I think like that's technically not okay.
No, it's not okay.
So like as a guy, like you do have to read the room a lot. And just because I know like the whole Me Too movement, everything, please read the room. Please pay attention to how she is. Maybe ask her best friend before you even take her home.
Yeah, no, that's a really good idea too. And don't just disappear with somebody because it's just a bad idea. And girls too, like know if the person you're hooking up with is cognitive. It doesn't, I would say it's not as common, but it still happens. Yeah. So just be aware, please. Okay, do yourself a favor and stop fake tanning. I wish someone would have told me that. These are like
things to know in college.
Things to know in college.
Stop fake tanning.
Stop fake tanning. Dump your high school boyfriend before you move. Okay. It's never cute to black out. That came in there twice. Ain't cute, but different wording. Don't ever have blackout as the goal. It happens, but don't pursue it. It's actually gonna be really dangerous, you guys. Quality friends over quantity of friends. Not always gonna make that big group of friends. Okay.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's really good.
That was a good episode.
That was a good episode.
Don't you feel good?
Yeah. I feel like we really helped.
So many things.
I feel like we helped some.
And it was really interesting.
Yeah.
Like talking about sexuality. I felt really good about it, actually. I felt very open and okay to say all that.
I did too. We shared
some fun.
We shared some fun stuff in that.
I know we did.
We were like decipher the podcast as we're just
I know
like
people
still
are
recording.
listening. They're like, why are you still talking about this?
That was fun.
Why don't you put the mic down, honey? We love you guys. Always continue to send in your straight kind of moments. We're gonna try to figure out a better way to get those sent in, and we'll let you know once we do. But that way we can read them in a timely manner.
Yeah, we've been bad with our DMs, but keep them coming, y'all. We do see them, just so you know.
It just is. It takes a very long time to respond to lots of them.
Yes,
okay?
yes.
But go subscribe to our YouTube page. Maybe toss us a Apple Podcast review if you forgot in the beginning of the podcast. And follow us on Instagram and TikTok and
all the goods.
Tell us anything you want, honestly. I always say straight kind of moments advice, but like if you got something to say about a fun episode that you liked or whatever, or like something you didn't actually like very much at all, tell us. Tell us.
Follow us
everything.
At Straight Candid Podcast. We got at Candid Soph.
At Candid Syd.
And we got Andrew and Sarah behind the camera
What's
today.
Up, Andrew?
With
from Back Pocket Pockets.
With we got Andrew and Sarah behind the cameras with Back Pocket. What is your handle again?
The Back Pocket Productions.
Okay. The Back Pocket Productions.
Okay, it's time for me to go now.
It's time to wrap it up. Okay.
Okay, love you guys.
All right, love you. Bye.
See you later. Bye.
Wow, we stumbled, man.
I was having a hard time.
Snaps. All right, I was supposed
my
to
back. Touch my back.
7 o'clock. I know, I got sweaty because that was like kind of a spicy episode.
I know, I got sweaty, but I felt good about it.
I think I shared a little much about certain things, but it's fine. That's how it works.
Does your mom listen to the podcast?
She pretends. She pretends. She pretends she does.
Yay!